post I made, I talked about that I will be giving a brief about 2024 lessons learned and three topics that I really want to emphasize. 25 is going to have just a lot of ups and downs. A lot of the areas are going to dry up. A lot of the areas are really going to flourish because of the infrastructure availability. Infrastructure is a giant problem in AI space, and if you're thinking about AI at all, and if you see it from a surface level, infrastructure is what's going to be the causing a lot of these problems, just like it has for the last 100. That 95%, a small portion of that is dark web. So that means that there's this two sides of the internet. One is visible and one is just completely dark, and the rest in the middle is sort of like no man's land. There's two analogies I'm using about the internet and the cloud to kind of walk you through what I'm going to talk about with AI, right? Because we have learned two lessons already, which is that internet is good and bad. Cloud, if you need to be in it, be in it. But if you don't, you really need to know because you're thinking ahead of time what it what does it mean to be in the cloud when it comes to reading and writing that benefits you, yet everything else consumes your opex and capex. And of course, dollar is dollar. Doesn't matter what kind of money it is. It's still going to cost you a lot more than what it will cost you to stay out of cloud, right? And in the AI space, you have to learn from these two lessons and move forward in 2025 and say, if I was to pull a trigger, if I was the person responsible for these budgets and make decisions on these budgets, this is what I have to measure, not necessarily what's available today, adaptation wise, but as I go to the phase, am I going to have an exit down the road from this? I say that cheekishly because it kind of goes back to the days of high school, days of going to universities or colleges, where if you have lots of knowledge, that's what we had for hundreds of years at this point, right? Internet and cloud is a knowledge system. But if you're not thinking about a knowledge system moving into the learner system, a learner system is what AI is, right? If you're not thinking about a learner system, you will have a major cause of disruption because if you don't have a learner system, your learner system will literally implicate that your system never really matured. It always stagnated. It always was something that you cannot scale, right? So those are indicators of learner systems that you have to really think through. And community practice is a great way to understand what is a learner system and what is not a learner system. We meet weekly basis. We talk about learner system. We talk about learner system in a way that will enable you to have confidence in what sort of steps you have to take to have your learner system be active and continuously are able to process data in a more sustainable way, right? Keep the cost low as possible because like I said, not everybody needs to be in the cloud, but if you are in cloud, there's ways to do it in the cloud space that's not going to break your bank. Dust settling in 2024, it has happened already. The plateaued large language model training is causing lots of news out there. So if you have any questions on these topics, we will talk more on these specifics to the numbers. But you have to ask us in real time because as you do ask us in real time, you're able to find those insights and a breakdown of these insights into pieces the way you need it. Because everybody has a business, everybody has a problem. It's just that nobody has your problem. So when you speak it in your problem language, we're able to articulate that to you the way you need it. So join us in a Smart AI community, comment here, and look forward to having you soon. Have a good, happy new year, and see you next year.